It's the automotive event of the year. Out of 1,500 vehicles here in the Las Vegas Convention Center, our 5 hosts will focus on trucks, SUVs, off-road, and the new lifestyle section, overlanding. The trucks are bigger, and there are more of them than ever before. This is PowerNation on the Road, the 2019 SEMA Show Trucks Edition.
Welcome to the 2019 SEMA Show. This one's all about trucks, baby. What cool pickups we find?
Well, we got Jeeps, we got off-road, and we got overlanding we showcase.
And there's lifted and lowered rigs as well.
According to my calculations, there's 1.2 million square feet here in the Las Vegas Convention Center and another million outside if you count all the displays around the Westgate Hotel.
That's a lot to cover. Let's hit it.
Hey, guys. I hear Jay Leno is outside hanging out at the Hot Wheels booth. We gotta go check him out.
You're such a fan.
Come on, guys. He's a cool cat, man. You know he is. Y'all are lame.
Man, Austin, there's so much stuff on this truck.
Dude, there's no doubt that truck growth is leading the industry. We're here in the South Upper Hall where it's almost exclusively trucks and Jeeps. So many, in fact, they even putting them outside.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later. You know, there's so much stuff up here that you can bolt onto your truck or your rig that I tell you what, once you go to the left, I'm gonna go to the right, we'll meet somewhere in the middle.
See who finds the coolest build.
Yeah, right.
To us, it seems like there are more trucks on display here at SEMA than ever before.
And the trends seem to be big and lifted pickups.
Manufacturers are looking for ways to incorporate our hobbies and our sports with our trucks to a scale that's never been done before. It's all about truck lifestyle. And this is what I'm talking about. A 2020 Chevy Silverado 3500 HD sporting the Kelderman Air Ride 6.8, rocking a sled deck and dual snowmobiles. How much more fun do you really want to have?
And the new category of work van is getting a makeover as well, with movable walls and shelving and built-in cranes to make our jobs easier too. There are so many trucks here, dude, this is blowing my mind.
It's almost too much to take in, really. You know, everywhere I look, there's something cool to see.
I've got so many different things I want to do. I'm going to go hook up with the off-road side of things, and I'm going to check out the overlanding side stuff.
Cool, because I found a few awesome builds I want to take a closer look at, so I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, we'll hook up.
And then there's the move to all-electric, too.
One thing that's definitely gaining popularity is the conversion to electric, like this 450 horsepower truck. This thing will do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds.
One of the main attractions outside is the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, which is a traveling car show in search of one unique home-built masterpiece. Can you imagine if something you built with your own 2 hands was chosen as the next Hot Wheels collectible? This is what brought Jay Leno and 18 regional winners to Vegas for the 2nd annual Legends finale.
These cars, we're looking for 3 main things. One is creativity, right? Authenticity. You got to look at it and it's got to look like a Hot Wheels car. That's really important to us. And finally, garage spirit, right? We want something that's built, not bought.
No $1 million builds here, just average Joes with a wrench and a dream. Like in this 65 GOAT AFX Tribute born out of a sketch pad. How about a 300-horse Nash Metro like you've never seen, with oversized tires and roll-the-dice air cleaners? Or a slammed vintage Land Cruiser with a shoehorned 12-valve Beamer engine?
And believe it or not, it actually works, it drives, it runs, it handles.
All these cars I cannot believe them. They're all fun to look at. There's something great about every one of them.
Now, those aren't the only cars on display here. There's several iconic rides, like the Twin Mill here on the Legends Tour.
I mean, I played with Hot Wheels as a kid. It'd be cool to have one just like my car, you know?
What I'm looking for is craftsmanship, dedication, love of the sport, certain je ne sais quoi, that's Spanish. It means a certain something.
All the judges live and breathe horsepower, which made the decision difficult.
And the winners are Greg Salzillo and Dave Ford for the Nash Rat Rod.
And the fact that you can build a car that becomes a Hot Wheel legend for less than $10,000, congratulations, guys. Really nice work. How about a nice hand for that?
We just wanted something quirky and different. We just wanted something that nobody else had had and nobody else had done something cool with.
You could work at McDonald's and build that car. That's what I think is really exciting. I think it gives a lot of hope to young people.
Edelbrock has always had a large presence at SEMA, and this year, innovations were at the forefront.
One of the newest products we got this year is our LS Junkyard Harness Kit. And what this is a complete harness ECU with an Android-based tablet and all the connections you need to take a junkyard LS motor out of a truck, and then allows you to utilize our ProFlow 4 self-learning software, which allows you guys to get up and running really quick. And the great thing about it, it's self-learning. So now, as you make modifications down the road, you want to add boost, the system will self-learn and adapt for that.
And for the popular mid-size Colorado and Canyon, Edelbrock introduced Stage 1 supercharger kits for their next-gen V6s that add up to 30% more power.
It's like, why not dig deeper into V6s? Just like we have our Jeep JK kit, we're currently really close to coming out with the Jeep JL kit as well, and the Gladiator. So it's like, you know what, as these V6s are being used more and more for light truck duty, why not make a supercharger? Because who couldn't have more power?
When PowerNation on the Road continues from Las Vegas, we'll show you the all-new overlanding section at SEMA. Plus, Joey Logano smoked some tires in his Factory 5 racing truck.
PowerNation on the Road is brought to you by RockAuto.com and by Sonax.
We're back covering trucks at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. And both outside and inside, Factory 5 Racing has trucks. Since 2018, they have been manufacturing components to build pickups, and one of their customers is NASCAR champion Joey Logano. This is his 35 hot rod, powered by one of his Cup engines.
Yeah, it started with that motor, and then on the drive line, he wanted a drift truck, so we put a sequential shifter in it, handbrake, and all that.
And we thought it'd be really neat to kind of blend the NASCAR vibe with a street rodder, cool, just badass truck, right? And so we put a race car motor in it. This motor in is actually a motor I won with at Dover. And so take a tapered spacer off, makes about 850 horsepower. And just to make it cooler, we put it with a 5-speed sequential shifter, which is, you know, we usually have just a regular 4-speed in our race cars. So I wanted to make that a little bit neater. And then we put a handbrake because I wanted to drift. So we put some race car tires on it as well, put a bunch of steering wheel angle in it, and I tell you, it is something else. This thing has got, like I said, about 850 horse and weighs 22 to 2,300 pounds. It's pretty light. So your power to weight ratio is just, it's stupid. It's incredible. So really fun car to drive around.
Well, I think the timing is right. You know, we came out with a truck, a performance truck, right when the market was looking at them. I mean, when I was a kid, an F100 truck you pick up for a couple grand. Now they're off the charts. So the guys are putting the money in. A rising tide lifts all boats, and our truck is going along for the ride.
For me, I love it because I don't have patience. I just want to drive. I want to build a car and I want to drive it. That's all I want to do. You know, with restoring other cars, you know, you got to go find the parts. You're internet searching. You're going to swap meets, and you're 5-6 years into a project, which I eventually lose interest. I want to go have fun with it. And I think that's one of the coolest things about Factory 5 is that all the parts are there. They're there to guide you through it. You still have the passion of building your car, right? And it's unique. No two of them are the same.
I'm surrounded by the Overland Experience, which is a brand new section here at SEMA. Now, overlanding has become so popular year after year that it caught the attention of the showrunners of SEMA, and they decided to give these very unique vehicles their own place to call home. Like this one. This is an all-wheel drive Subaru Crosstrek and is the perfect example of an easy way to get into overlanding. Subaru is known for its versatile platform. It's widely used throughout the Subaru community as an off-road vehicle, and in many cases, overlanding. With some simple upgrades like lights, aggressive tires, and some rock sliders, you can hit the trails and take on some tough terrain to get you where you want to go. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, you can upgrade to a versatile build like this '94 Land Cruiser with a custom-built trailer. It pretty much has everything you need for an awesome weekend away. With a tent up top, a pop-out canopy, and not to mention a snorkel in the front, you'll be well taken care of in your overlanding experience. Out back, you'll find a fully functional kitchen with burners that can cook not one, but 2 pots or pans. And in addition, this unit comes with a deep freezer for all those fish you're gonna catch. A unit like this adds storage, sleeps more people, and adds a little bit of luxury to your overlanding experience. And if you want to bring the whole family, the dog, the cat, your best friends, and sleep in complete comfort underneath the stars, you upgrade to the Taj Mahal of overlanding. And don't forget to take your shoes off at the door. Featuring a tent up top and bunks in the back, this all-terrain Sprinter is fully loaded with plenty of storage, a refrigerator, two-way radio, and plenty of lights out front. A beast for the adventurous Overlander. If you want to get outside and see the outdoors, this is definitely the place to come to get new ideas and see the latest and greatest. And there's no question why it has its own place here at SEMA.
Now let's pause a second and take a look at the health of our industry with the just released 2019 SEMA report. Total aftermarket sales rose 4% from 2017 to 2018 to a whopping $44.6 billion. Brick and mortar stores outpaced online sales 59% to 41%. Pickups drove the industry, taking the largest share at 27%. And we keep hearing that young people are disengaged, but in reality, young customers spend more than $7 billion on parts. Bottom line is, I think we're doing pretty good. Let's continue our coverage here in Las Vegas.
I'm here at one of my favorite places. This is the Lincoln Electric booth, and they have two brand new machines that they unveiled right here at SEMA.
So this is the PowerMig 360 MP, and that MP stands for multi-process. This machine's capable of DC TIG welding, MIG welding, and stick welding. It also has pulse MIG and pulse TIG availability. The power output on this machine is 320 amps at a 60% duty cycle. So the other machine that we have is the Aspect 230 TIG welder. Now what that is an inverter-based TIG welder, and it's capable of anywhere from 120 to 460 volt input power, single or three-phase. And the power output on that machine is 230 amps at a 35% duty cycle.
We've covered MIG welders and we've covered TIG welders, but one of the things I want to get my hands on for back at the shop is a plasma table just like this.
Coming up on our 2019 SEMA Show Truck Special, we'll explore the trend in pickups to go big. Plus, Vaughn Gittin Jr. has some serious fun in a truck.
Well, I'm at Ford out front, and this guy doesn't need an introduction because he is a world champion drifter, professional fun haver, and my personal friend, Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Yeah, buddy.
Why is there a pickup truck here?
Well, this is the ultimate fun haver. Rather than me telling you, why don't you just get in? We got jumps, we're gonna drift, just come on.
You don't have to tell me twice.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, baby. Comparing this to my Mustang is extremely night and day. However, it is unbelievably impressive how stable it is. The vision of the truck was to be the ultimate fun haver, to be able to do just about anything you want. So it's on airbags, it's got king shocks, it's got fully adjustable ride height, you can dump it, you can raise it on-road, off-road, and drifting. The truck is linked, it's got a factory 3.5 EcoBoost, upgraded twin turbos, as well as a 5 Recaro Sportster seats. The more friends, the more fun. Other than that, it's a beautiful truck, and it just rips. It's so fun out here at SEMA. It's the perfect vehicle. It may look a little bit out of control, but I'm fully there. I'm completely focused and immersed in what the vehicle's doing, whether it's my truck or my Mustang, feeling every little bit of weight and knowing exactly where it's going and what I need to do next to get it to go the direction I'm trying to get it, or whether I'm launching off a jump. When you lose that focus, that's when the drama happens.
Here at the Holley display, they are really gearing up for 2020. And the great thing is, no matter what kind of vehicle you drive, they've got you covered.
In choosing a lot of these cars for the booth, what we're trying to communicate to everybody here at SEMA is that Holley has something for every form of motorsport that's out there. Whether you're into drag racing, whether you're into pro touring, we've got our LS Swap DSE 3rd Gen Camaro over here. We've also got a really nice show car the Ring Brothers has built. We've got Diablo Sports Hellcat here that makes 900 to 1,000 horsepower, and we've also got off-road vehicles here too. And I mentioned the tuner and Euro cars too. So we've got something for everything from across all of our brands. We're all racers at heart, gearheads at Holley, and we hope that shines through.
With all of that great stuff, looks like Holley is good to go for 2020.
At first glance, you're probably thinking this is a pretty nice Chevelle, but it's actually an El Camino.
Yeah, the debate's been going on for years. Is it a car? Is it a truck? Well, with a pop-up tent, kayaks for two, and a tailgate, it's safe to say this thing is all truck. Well, actually, it was called a coupe utility vehicle that was first adapted from a two-door station wagon in the late 50s. A few years later, it was brought back based off the A-body platform with the front end of a Chevelle and a bed in the back.
It takes a unique person to appreciate an El Camino. Production numbers never exceeded 60,000, so finding parts for one of these could be a bit difficult, but OPGI may be able to help.
We make all the bed moldings for all the El Caminos from 1964 all the way up through 1987, which was the last year of the El Camino. So we've got your bed moldings, your cab moldings, all your tailgate pieces, tail lights, which are different from El Camino to Chevelle, bumpers, anything you need for the back end of that car, we've got you covered.
Outside at SEMA, the truck market is making a huge splash. It's almost daunting to see how many trucks are truly out here and what each and every company is doing to make each of their trucks their own. As you take a stroll down Silver Drive, you'll see all sorts of truck styles. You have the extreme lifted, the slammed, the tactical, and the classic painted. With all this style comes some trends. This year, it's the big wheels and tires on what is commonly called a bro truck. Some of these trucks clear nearly 5 feet and are engineering marvels with huge 3- and 4-link suspensions. Now, my favorite out of all of these is this, a 1966 Chevy K30. This bad boy has attracted a crowd outside at SEMA. It's a 1-ton dually with a beautiful paint job. From floor to headliner, the interior of this thing is magnificent. And it sits on an elegant lift and a set of sparkling American Force wheels. It's no wonder that this masterpiece has received a lot of attention. Whether it's sky high in the air, hauling a side-by-side, or completely laid out on the ground, it could be an old piece of steel or a brand new truck in a brand new build. You never know what you're gonna find outside in the trucks area at SEMA 2019. Still to come on PowerNation on the Road, our favorite rides. Plus, what's hot in off-road here at the 2019 SEMA show in Las Vegas.
PowerNation on the Road is brought to you by RockAuto.com.
I'm in the South Upper Hall and we're living life in the off-road section. Now, if you can dream it up, you can find it here. Anything you want to bolt on your rig, weld on your rig, or secure to your rig, well, you can find it up here. From shocks to bearings, you can find just about anything you can imagine. I mean, you can find floor mats, slip yokes, control arms, tires, and all the accessories to make your off-road rig different from the rest. With over 450,000 square feet, the South Upper Hall is a breeding ground for unique builds, including fancy paint jobs sitting on large tires, a more classic look like this Scout with patina paint and the original interior, and then there are some of the biggest builds I've ever seen, carrying 2 tracked vehicles on top and 1 out back. I'm sure everybody knows what this is. This is the Jeep Gladiator, and it's the newest member of the Jeep family. Now, is this thing a truck or is it an off-road rig? Well, whatever it is, it's the hot ticket here at SEMA. There's a buzz in the air about this new platform, and you'll find one of these in every crack and crevice in the off-road section. There's always a ton of stuff to do here at SEMA, and this is just a little example of it. I'm about ready to jump in and do a little off-road racing with some RC Jeeps. Oh wait, that's the race now.
Is it starting? Are we already
started?
Yeah,
no, we're going for it.
Oh, if you're off the course,
no,
is that
good.
a legal maneuver?
That counts.
Is that a legal maneuver? Oh, man. Oh! So, that was a lot of fun.
It was a good race.
It was a good time, man.
And that's, oh, you have a whole lot of fun at SEMA.
Over at the Pertronics booth, several other brands are featured, and they recently made improvements on one of their best sellers, Doug's electric exhaust cutouts.
Everybody loves the sound of an open header. This gives you the opportunity to drop that on your car, run down to the local car show, open up those cutouts and show everybody what you got. The majority of the other cutouts in the market use what's called a butterfly valve. By virtue of the way that's designed, it has to leak. It has to have some sort of clearance, top and bottom, otherwise carbon buildup causes that to seize. So what we've done is we've actually created a cutout that rotates the gate on the axis of the high torque gear reduction motor. When it does that, these items here are actually stainless steel ball plungers that apply pressure up against that gate, creating the only leak-proof seal in the exhaust cutout market.
Now, walking around SEMA, you never know what you'll find, but my favorite truck would have to be this old school hauler. It's got a lot going for it. It's got plenty of room, diesel power, and a bed on it to haul your play pretties around.
Now, I know what you're thinking. There's obviously a common theme here, and that's because I'm picking the best builds of the show, and they just so happen to be in the same color palette. And this 1955 Chevy Crew Cab is painted in a Mercedes-Benz white, and that is clean and classic and also timeless, just how I like them. Now, it's slammed, the bags are dumped, sitting on 22s, gives it an awesome stance. It's fully custom but not overly done, which is the best part. And then under the hood, it's sporting a Duramax with parallel turbos. How can you really go wrong?
Now, I know what you're gonna say. This is a little out of my wheelhouse for a pick, but I had to pick a favorite truck, and this was my obvious choice. This is an Apache, one of my absolute favorite body styles. It's a classic, plus it's four-wheel drive, and it's built right, and it's a beautiful color. Now, under the hood is a little sketchy compared to what I usually do. This is a Duramax. Now, it makes a lot of power, it's beautiful, and I'm not quite sold on the kerosene burners yet, but this kind of piques my interest.
I'm a really big fan of unique things, and my favorite truck pick from SEMA 2019 is called the Grasshopper. This is a 1965 Ford Econoline van truck thing. The best part about this entire build is they have a blown big block Ford 460 in the back. They're also running Bassett boat headers that run the entire length of the bed, and the paint and interior are absolutely flawless. Now, if I had to pick something to jump in and drive all the way back to the shop, this would be the truck.
Now, I've got a soft spot in my heart for early Broncos, and this one right here, this checks off all the boxes. This thing is called the Clydesdale. It's an early Bronco with 4 doors, which nobody makes except Max Slider Brothers Customs. The back doors, they're suicide. This thing is amazing, front to back, top to bottom. It's got a supercharged Coyote under the hood, amazing paint. Interior, I just don't even want to get out of. As a matter of fact, they left the keys in it. I'm just gonna drive this thing right out of the show, take it to the house.
I don't know about y'all, but that half hour flew by.
Dude, from trucks to Jeeps to overlanding, we sure did cover a ton of ground.
Now, is anyone else's feet sore?
Yes, very much.
Okay, what's next?
Man, there's some pretty sweet candy over there in Wheels and Tires.
No. Let's clean up and hit the strip.
And remember, what happens in Vegas? Hey, wait for the old man.
Where do we fit in tequila shots?
I'm thinking cigar bar.